What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody has had a wonderful week so far, and has had a wonderful Pokemon Day as well. Of course, yesterday was Pokemon Day, and we got Pokemon Legends Z-A announced, which I'm pretty hyped for. It looked pretty cool. Hello, Brugger, and hello, Brendan. How goes it? How goes it? I hope you both enjoyed the presents. Obviously, if you want to see my reaction to it, I did record it. I recorded it and uploaded a video. That is, I think, my first properly, like, recorded and edited video just for, like, YouTube. Main tube. Yeah. Most of my other videos are, like, shorts compilations or clips from a stream, but that one was not. Are you doing the new raids this week? I will be. I'll be doing them on Saturday, because I can't do it on Friday, because I'm going to see Dune 2 on release day. Mostly because my sister is very pregnant. And she's due in March. So she wants to see it, like, earlier on. Just to make sure the baby doesn't get in the way of Dune 2, which is clearly very important. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be hype. So streams will be this weekend instead of Friday. We'll be doing the Venusaur raids on Saturday, and then on Sunday we will be doing more of this, or if we finish this today, more of the Black and White Treadmill challenge, or what's it called? The Pokemon we'll be doing more of the Pokemon Black and White Treadmill challenge or the next series. Congratulations on becoming an uncle. I'm uncle again. This is our second child. But thank you all the same. But yeah, hello Rob, how goes it? I hope your week and Pokemon Day have been going well. Pokemon Day has gone well, it's gone. That's been and gone. But yeah, we can talk about that as we get into, when we get into, what's it called? The game that Game Freak forgot. You're an uncle to 13! That is very impressive. Is that like a bunch of siblings or a couple with a bunch of kids? Double uncle, indeed. I guess that makes me a great uncle, right? Anyway, let's hop on in. Let us hop on in. But yeah, to be clear, when I say shit like that, which I will be saying the whole stream, yeah, what's it called? I'm probably going to be saying Game Freak forgot this game the whole stream. I don't actually believe that, I'm just saying it because it's funny. I'm guessing we'll get Gen 5 next generation. They have a ranking system for uncles, they do. 4 siblings have kids, and your older brother will have his first in May. Ah, understandable, understandable. Congratulations to him. Oh, instant battle, that's interesting. Shelmet. That could be what we get on the next route. Who knows? That's the mystery of life. I'm pretty sure we go on to Upper Lucid at this point, right? We're not being told to go elsewhere. I just kind of skimmed through it. We might be meant to be going to Relic Castle right now. But I don't think we are. I think maybe that's after Upper Lucid, maybe, perhaps. I was going to say I want to get to the water, but, oh, okay, our Pokemon are still kind of beaten up. Alright, yeah, okay, Schnoz is the next Pokemon off the team. Alright. What if shinies are easiest to get in Legends Arceus because they're more widespread, but suffered from over-capturing? You see, I'd agree with you, but I can't because of Scarlet and Violet, where they're also very easy to capture. To be fair, though, like, some shinies are probably, like... Like, Wailmer is pink, for example. I don't know if Wailmer does have any natural predators. But if it does, Pokemon can see it coming from, like, quite a way away underwater. Because it's pink. Like, I'm sure Golden Magikarp get, like, plucked out of the water quite often by bird Pokemon. Because it's, you know, golden. Alright. I mean, Gen 5 got more than X and Y. It did. Also, we're probably going to get Gen 5 next gen, I'm going to be real. But hello Spectral. I hope you've been well, and I hope you enjoyed your Pokemon Day. Oh! That's the next encounter. Shelmet. How about that? Felix was right on the money with what we were getting here. You just got to Master Rank in Unite? Hell yeah, congratulations! Also, why do they make the best shinies for Pokemon that are shiny locked? Yeah, Ogerpon's shiny was really nice. No, probably to help sell events, but I feel like that statement isn't entirely true as well. Oh, that was a crit capture. Yeah. Can't Pokemon break out crit captures in this gen, though? Maybe not. I think they can. Alright, Shelmet is our next Pokemon. What should we name Shelmet? Any Shelmet name suggestions? Alright. I mean, Pokemon like Koraidon and Miraidon, they do have nice shinies, to be fair. But I feel like, in terms of those two, we can probably bank on them getting, their forms, the shiny forms, like, released in an event. Probably in the near future. I like Knight. We're going with Knight. But yeah, one thing that I think is going to be pretty neat about, brand new Legends game. I'm trying to figure out how I want to play my cards here. Fun is next on the chopping block, to be clear. I should probably go back to switch out Schnoz. Also Chi-Yu. Oh, that's fair. We don't know when we'll be getting the, Ruinous Pokemon shinies. The Tarpus were done through battle events. And then so were the Galarian birds, but we haven't had any more since. But yeah, I'm interested to see with Zeta A if we get any regional variants, because that means that, like, would we be being presented with Pokemon that have gone extinct? Would that be like the dub there? Alright, he never got to evolve in the end. Bit of an L that. Let's get some 07s for Schnoz. Let's get some 07s for Schnoz. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna give Mienfoo a lot of attention for now, I think, still. That's my plan. Give Felix Jr. a lot of attention. And then Fresh as well. And I'm going to try to carry these two just through the next part of the game. We'll have these two carry me through the next part of the game. I think that's going to be my strat. Bye, Schnoz. You're a victim of your own face. What? Was he? Was that what happens? Alright. Ooh, a Cubchoo, interesting. Yeah, we're kind of going to have to hope for a Palpito from the Maw of Icarus is the thing. But I guess we'll find out that the hard way. Alright. Thwack. I was going to say, this should be a pretty good one-shot there. What was I going to say? Yeah, no, I'm interested to see if we get just Mega Evolutions or Mega Evolutions with regional variants thrown in. Everyone knows that wombats implode from the nose inward. I didn't know that about wombats, no. You have a lot of fun wombat facts, Rob. I don't really know why we're talking about Woobat here. But it feels like you know a lot about wombats, which is impressive. But yeah, basically, what I have been building up to ask is, there's a solid enough chance we're gonna get a few Mega Evolutions for newer generation Pokemon. Probably focused on Gen 6, to be blunt. I'd be surprised if we got many from 7 and 8. But what later gen Pokemon, what generation since Mega Evolution, what Pokemon in those games would you like to see get Megas? By the way, you're happy Ceruledge is in Unite? Hell yeah. I'm surprised they only added Ceruledge and Miraidon. I wonder if Armarouge and Koraidon are coming later. This thing's buffing itself, I'm scared. I guess Gen 5 Pokemon could also be included in that kind of, like, concept. That's going to do a lot of damage. I should just switch. Oh, wow, that one-shot me. Okay. Crazy. Alright, not chuffed about that, gonna be honest. Who am I going into here? Does Knight have any bug moves? Knight has no bug moves. That's awesome. Fun might be the best bet, especially... I'm gonna use Fresh. Basically, as much as Fun seems like a good bet, Fun probably is a good bet. I'm gonna use Fresh just because... Fun isn't gonna be around for much longer. And it won't be very fun. Stop using acupressure! Stop that! I hope they pull a Flapple and Appleton with Megas for Ceruledge and Armarouge. As in, both of their Megas look the same? It would be interesting to see Gen 9 Megas. I didn't really consider that much, but I guess that's not off the table. I don't know, in my head I was thinking, what was it called? Don't be defense, don't be defense, don't be defense. Oh my god, I hate this thing. I'm not interacting with this. Stop that, I'm not interacting with this. There we go. Yeah, Ceruledge and Armarouge would be interesting. The issue is I keep on coming back to Toxicroak. Like, Toxicroak Mega. Which would be awesome. I'd be very down for that. But I'm also aware that Toxicroak isn't a newer generation Pokemon. Toxicroak is from Gen 4. But, newer gen Pokemon, on the other hand. Tinkaton would be a nice one. I'd be down for a Tinkaton. Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme. Like, we're looking... Then again, we could be looking at a 1920 setting. Okay, let's get a bit into, like, the seeming inspiration of, like, what these games are about. I might be butchering this pronunciation, but basically, in the late 1800s, Houseman, I think it's Houseman. Let me just double check. It looked like Houseman. Yeah, it's Houseman? Houseman. Napoleon, not that one, went up to him in the late 1800s and was like, yo, Paris, not doing too great. We're gonna bulldoze it and redo it. And that's what happened, you know? As simple as that. But yeah, and, like, a lot of the architecture in Lumiose is actually Houseman architecture. Like, it is very directly referenced and inspired by the architecture, and by the architecture that, like, he kind of spearheaded in the, Rejuvenation? What words am I looking for? Redevelopment. Like... Oh, okay. Mr. Me, hello, how goes it? But yeah, Haussmann's redevelopment at Paris is like a very big event. Big historical thing, because obviously, yeah, Paris got entirely redeveloped. And while I could see Pokemon going in other directions, I don't get why people are so determined that, oh, this is clearly taking place in the past, or the future, or, is going to, like, switch between times. Like, I feel like we're very much jumping the gun of speculation and acting like it's anywhere near fact. Holy fucking shit, Fresh. Please hit your attacks. You're good, hell yeah, glad to hear it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the presents. Like, the biggest real, like, suggestion that we might be getting a game that'll switch time periods is literally just the fact that they switched from more, like, sketchy blueprints to, like, the more modern kind of style of blueprints. Like, that's people's, like, biggest thing there. Which, honestly, I feel like there's a bigger suggestion that maybe this could be taking place in a different time period. And that is literally just the logo of the company redeveloping, what's it called? The company redeveloping Lumiose have a very modern-looking logo to me. Like, that could just literally be, like, their logo, and they still exist in that time period. I think it'll take place not that far in the past, when they're making Lumiose what it is today. I mean, yeah, exactly, like, that's more or less exactly what I'm saying. Haussmann's, redevelopment of Paris happened in the late 1800s to early 1900s to make Paris into what it is today. So, like, there's a direct parallel of what's going on there. Maybe it will take place in a more recent time period, though, just because Clement, doesn't he actively say that he helped develop Lumiose Tower? The Presents was the most unexpected thing ever. Yeah, I find it really interesting. Like, I've been really enjoying Pokemon just, like, taking us out of left field with, like, what they've been doing recently. Like, entirely, like, kind of blindsiding us with, like, the projects that they've been working on. No one saw Legends Arceus coming. The Scarlet and Violet DLC didn't just take place in Paldea, which I think was very interesting. And now we've got a Legends game set in Kalos. Like, I feel like that's all very, like, interesting, and why did that Tinchino just do that? Alright. But yeah, you're very excited for the new game. Hunting Zygarde right now for it. Hell yeah, best of luck! Zygarde is a tricky one. I think you can only do it in Sword and Shield, right? Don't sing me again! Paralyzed. Oh. Alright. Hit. Yes. What am I saying? It's interesting and perhaps good, but annoying that it's 2035. Because now we kind of have to wait. Now we kind of have to, like, sit on the knowledge that the new games are coming for, you know. Okay, Force Palm actually does less than Drain Punch. But I'm going to forget Calm Mind, because why do I want Calm Mind on a Mienfoo? Black Red Pill, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well. You enjoyed the Pokemon Presents yesterday? As long as you have an Ice type in either Kingler or Hitmonlee, it's actually easy. Ah, fair, that's good, that's good. Glad you got a strap. Right. Oh yeah, today we're doing the Pokemon Treadmill Challenge, where basically, when we catch a new Pokemon on a new route, we take the oldest Pokemon on the team and replace them with the new Pokemon. Right. On the question of skipping Gen 5, did they really, or is it Zia's drop due to being more complete than Gen 5 is? I doubt it's like a completion on the, like, development. I doubt it's completion. I think it's just they were never going to make Gen 5 remakes this year. Well, not this year. Gen 5 remakes were never coming after Scarlet and Violet. There are two different, like... Oh, I have a Repel on. We had to wait over a decade for Pokemon C. Well, yeah, and we're going to have to wait another year, is my point. But yeah, Yo, we actually got Palpitoad. That's nice, that's nice. I asked because with how massive Power is, they might have been aiming to not have a Scarlet Violet Gen 5 edition. Yeah, I don't think that was ever on the table. That being, Gen 5 remakes, or Gen 5 content this gen. If you kind of look at the history of remakes, there's like two main themes between them. Number one, the only time they didn't skip a generation, between like new remakes was gens 3 to 4. Every other time it's only like they've skipped a generation, you know. Heart Gold Soul Silver was Gen 4, Gen 5 had nothing, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was Gen 6, Gen 7 had nothing, Gen 8 had BDSP, Gen 9 has had seemingly only Gen 7 had Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, to be fair. But like I feel like my point stands because that was retreading old ground. What's it called? What was I looking for? The other like through line is we've never had two remakes on the same console, so we might be looking at Black and White remakes on the next console. But I don't think we were ever getting Black and White remakes. I don't think that they're even in development at the moment. Maybe they are in development, to be fair. Maybe we're like looking at like pre-development stages for the games. But generally, and this is like a very little bit of knowledge we know about Pokemon development, is they generally start developing the new game after like they've just released one. Like a new game after they've released one. So Legends Arceus started development after Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee released. Scarlet and Violet started development after Sword and Shield released. Not the DLC, to be clear. So I don't think Gen 5 remakes were ever planned for this point. Nor do I think Pal World has actually impacted how Game Freak are running their show at all. Like I don't think anything would have changed about that presents had Pal World not released. Bluntly put. Like, as Rob has just said, it might release in, like, the new Legends game might release in January. I wouldn't be surprised if it releases closer to summer, although I'll be interested to see, because the new console is rumored to release first quarter 2025. To be fair, these are by the people who are rumoring it would release this year. We don't know if that was actually a delay or if it was just entirely a misfire on their part. But basically, I'm wondering how close a new Pokemon game would release to a new console release, because they have confirmed this is coming to the Nintendo Switch. They have said on multiple occasions this is coming to the Switch family of systems, and before you say that might mean the sequel console, the Switch family of systems is a commonly used phrase to refer to the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch Lite, and the Nintendo Switch OLED. But yeah, let's get some Palpitoad nicknames. What should we name this this funky gal? Thoughts on Mega's returning? Mega Evolution as a mechanic definitely isn't my favorite, but I'm looking forward to seeing what designs we get. Bloop. I like the Bloop. Bloop is a good name. Okay, let's go and get Bloop and then we can continue. Do I have a Pokemon who can fly at the moment? We just lost it. I think the Gen 6 starters should have had Megas instead of Gen 1. Probably, honestly. But, I guess that brings a different question. Do you guys think that we're going to get, Do you guys think that we're going to get, Do you guys think the starters are just going to be the Kalos starters, but they have Megas this time around? Or do you think that, we're going to get a brand new set of starters for Legends Z to A? Like, as in, like, a reimagined batch of starters from Legends Z to A, and either those will get Mega Evolutions, those will get regional variants, or those will get regional variants and the Kalos starters will get Megas. Gen 3 Mega startups is understandable because of Auras. No, yeah, definitely. Not sure. Either way, you don't mind. I would honestly... I forgot to say this option. Oopsies. Imagine if they got regional variants and Megas. I think that would kick ass. Alright. Ooh, Bloop has a Person Berry. I would love to take the person berry. Okay, Bloop is replacing Fun. That's right, we're not allowed to have Fun anymore. Goodbye, Fun. Let's get some 07s for Fun. Fun was kind of, like, very powerful, and just did the very powerful things it does. And now we don't have Fun anymore. No more Fun. No more Fun. None at all. Sorry. Alright. I'm going to continue with the fresh propaganda, with the fresh and main food propaganda. I'm going to put the experience share on Felix Jr. In fact, I'm not going to put the experience share on Felix Jr. right now. Felix Jr. is level 37, which is an alright level in the grand scheme of things, and Felix Jr. is also going to be very useful against Team Plasma. I'm going to give Bloop the experience share for a bit, because I think Bloop is going to be very useful with the experience share. Right. But yeah, like, I think it would be cool if we got, like, some regional variants who also have Mega Evolutions. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we just get regional variants for some Pokemon, Mega Evolutions for others, or exclusively just Mega Evolutions, and the only regional variants are kind of like how Alolan Ninetales is in Legends Arceus, where it appears in a side quest. But I hope we do get Colossian forms, or maybe Lumosian forms, like Lumiosian forms. To be fair, I think we could easily be in a Hisui situation where Lumiose has a different name starting out. Because it's a redevelopment project, right? So, like, maybe the Lumiose redevelopment project is, in concept and execution, based around either uniting a bunch of smaller towns in the same area into one city, or, is going to be, yeah, it's either going to be reuniting a bunch of, uniting a bunch of smaller towns into one city, or redeveloping a city that isn't called Lumiose but will become Lumiose. Do you think it's going to be in the past again? I feel like it's pretty safe to say it's probably going to be in the past. Okay, no. With the information we currently have, I think it's safe to say it's in the past. That might change. Some of the things that people have been calling foreshadowing might have actually been foreshadowing rather than just a specific way of presenting the information we're being given. But right now, I genuinely don't think there's that much evidence to suggest it's going to be in the future, in considering, like, historical context. You know? Redevelopment of Lumiose City. Okay, cool. Paris got redeveloped. That's a thing that happened. That is a thing that happened in the history books. That is a historical event. I think it's not far-fetched to assume that it's going to be set in the past. I think to assume it's set in the future is pure speculation. I guess it's speculation to say it's being set in the past as well. But I don't know, people are really into the idea of it being set in the future, but I feel like it's based on a historical event, you know? Like, wasn't Legends Arceus also based on, like, actual, like, history? Because I could have sworn it was. I could have sworn there's, like, actual, like, historical context to, like, some of the events in Legends Arceus. I might be chatting out my arse here. Does Legends Z in 2025 mean no Gen 10? I feel like it probably could mean that. Honestly, like, Legends Arceus did come out at the beginning of 2022, and then we got Scarlet and Violet at the end of the year. I think we'll have to see when Pokemon Legends Z actually comes out. Because if Pokemon Legends Z comes out maybe closer to summertime rather than in, like, spring, it'd be very unlikely for Gen 10. But I think all in all, we'll just have to wait to see the Pokemon Direct that releases that year. But honestly, I'm kind of With Legend Z releasing 2025, I'm even more on board with the theory that Generation 10 is going to release 2026, because it's going to be the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and it's going to be, it's going to be the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and it's going to be Generation 10. So that's 2 massive milestones for the franchise. It makes sense to, like, have them coincide. Oh, wait, it is, yep, 1996 was obviously when Red and Blue released. Which was 30 years ago. So. I feel like the 2 options are, we get Gen 10 that year, or we get heavily, like, Kanto referential DLC for Gen 10 that year. But with Legends Z to A coming out, with Legends Z to, oh no, the Maractus. With Legends Z to A coming out at the end of, we have, like, nothing to do with the Maractus. With Legends Z to A coming out 2025, I feel like the most logical path for them is to have Legends Z to A release 2025, and then in 2026, have Gen 10. 2026 is probably a huge year for the franchise. I would assume so. It will be interesting to see what they have planned. Uh-oh. Nice, we hit it anyway. But yeah, obviously that's quite a bit away. And we still have to wait for X to... I keep on calling it X. Z to A. We have to keep on waiting for Z to A. Oh, we're getting Horn Leech? That's kind of peak, actually. Takedown has been good stab. I'm gonna forget Feint Attack. Alright. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see the release date, because, bluntly put, they haven't announced, like, a time period for the remakes either. Felix, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well, and I hope you enjoyed the Pokemon Presents yesterday. We're continuing on with the Treadmill Challenge today. As well as, obviously, discussing the Direct. Alright. What words am I looking for? Yeah, I wonder if Z to A will get DLC or not. Because, like, Z to A feels like a very, like, fan-inspired game. Does that make sense? Like, Pokemon fans were, like, clearly very, like, miffed at the lack of Pokemon Z, and still, like, discuss it today, you know? Like, Pokemon Z was more or less in everyone's mouths during the, Direct. Like, so many people joked, oh, we're gonna be getting Pokemon Z this year, and stuff like that. Even I did. Like, Pokemon Z is still very, like, fresh in people's minds. So, like, for this guy. I think we are meant to go to Relic Castle now, actually. I think I'm on a massive fucking detour at the moment. Because Getsis has, like, the shoe drop moment on the bridge, on Two Blind Bridge. I don't see why that would happen before Relic Castle. I'll double check, but I think it happens after. I really hope you can get the shiny mythicals in this game. I wouldn't hold your breath. I hate to be that guy. Just wouldn't hold your breath. You shitting me. I swear Fresh has been missing, like, most of her attacks. chlorophyll, that's not an ability that should affect accuracy. Stop using acid armor. Okay, I just realized that Felix Jr.'s best move is also a self-damaging one. That's a lot of damage for 2 acid armors. I'm gonna be real Vanillish. But yeah, I doubt it, but we can hope. Yeah, hope, not expect. That is true though, because it probably will give us actual ways to get like Volcanion and Diancie in regular gameplay, even if you have to have another game to get them, which I feel like that wouldn't be that surprising if they lock it behind another game like they did with Darkrai and Shaman. Although maybe they are taking fan feedback on that as well, because I know a lot of people are kind of miffed at the idea of, oh, we have to buy a game to get access to Pokemon. That seems... We have to buy a game to get access to Pokemon in a game we own. Trying to figure out which team members of ours are actually likely to be able to survive a Dragon Dance Fracture. My current answer is I don't think any of them. Like, maybe Rocky. Oh, I actually did get Shelmet. I did get Shelmet! Not sure if I'm going to use Shelmet, but I got it. Oh, Fresh is faster. That's probably not going to kill though. Oh, no, mind, it did kill. Okay. Alright. But yeah, do you guys think we're going to get Mega Xerneas and Yveltal, or do you think we're going to get alternate forms for Xerneas and Yveltal? Because I feel like that's the other big question. I don't know, I'm almost inclined to hope we don't get Megas for Xerneas and Yveltal, because then we'd probably end up in a similar situation to Groudon and Kyogre, where they have new forms that they're meant to have, but they don't, because they're part of a gimmick from 3 generations ago. Okay, wait, do you fight? I think this lady might fight. I guess Fresh is pretty good to go. Origin forms? I feel like it wouldn't be origin forms for those two specifically, but I feel like we could... Yeah, no. Relic Castle is actually the next destination. I just forgot. We also just got rid of our Woobat. We're gonna have to... We're gonna have to walk back. We're gonna have to walk back to Relic Castle. How about that, huh? Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. I just remembered I wasn't really going back to do anything but heal, because there's actually more stuff in the Moor that we could do. Actually, I think I'm just going to go to Relic Castle, because that's going to take a solid, like, 10 to 15 minutes. How about that? Well, we could talk more about XYZ, Z to A. I keep on trying to call it XYZ is the issue. Well, Zygarde's definitely going to be 100% form. which is his original form. I guess it's an origin form. Yeah, that is true, in a way. I guess Zygarde having an 100% form is, like, an interesting thing, because, like, are Xerneas and Yveltal gonna get anything similar? Or are they gonna get, like... Are they gonna get, like, an X and a Y form? Are they gonna get, like, A forms? Are they gonna get, like, life and death forms? To be fair, we can't really guarantee they'll get new forms as well. I don't know, actually. Maybe it's a pretty safe bet that we can. Maybe I should stop doomering because every single, like, game with new content based around... yeah, every single game with new content based around a game that already came out seems to give the Pokemon new forms, you know? Like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver didn't give Ho-Oh and Lugia new forms, but Oraz did, and Legends Arceus did. So... Oraz did, Legends Arceus did. Additionally, arguably, Black and White 2, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and Platinum all gave their leads new forms. They were somehow attached to Zygarde like a Transformer and become a monstrosity. That would go hard, to be fair. Like, Zygarde already kind of has, like, Megazord vibes. So... that would be kind of awesome. Let's be real. That would kick ass. Right, we're actually doing very well on progress. Alright, as in I thought Twist Mountain would be bigger. I guess you don't realize how big areas are when, Fighting Gem. That'll be good for Mienfoo and, Drayden. Drayden. Iris. It's Iris. Iris is in this game. Anyway, also, I'm very, very interested. The logo has the A, yeah? The A kind of looks like the ultimate weapon, which I feel like is an alright comparison. But, like, the more important thing about the A is it's got scales. Or, like, arguably, like, veins like a plant. My point being is, I wonder if we're going to get a brand new legendary, or if that's going to be a form of a pre-existing legendary. Because, like... So what you're saying is, the ultimate weapon is actually Celesteela's sibling. Exactly. I'm pumped for Mega Dash Bun. Yeah, no, exactly. Alright. What starter megas would you like to see if we end up getting, Mega Evolutions for starters that aren't the Kalos starters? Like, now that I've thought of the idea, I'm becoming more convinced that actually what will happen is, we'll get the starters, and the starters will have regional variants, and then the Kalos starters will have Mega Evolutions. Lucky there's, like, a shortcut back. Oh, there's not a shortcut back, but there's a shortcut back. Wait, don't we also have to get to Nacrene City on foot? I feel like I remember having to go all the way to Nacrene City on foot. I'd say superior, but it's already perfect, so... You make a fair point. We should give it, we should give, like, better grass starters the opportunity, you know? I guess, what was it called? What was I looking for? I guess the Gala starters getting new forms would be a bit cheap since they already have the Gmax forms. I don't know, like, that's like my thought, is like, a lot of Gen 8 Pokemon have the Gmax forms. So would you want them getting Megas when they already have their own forms, you know? Like, what was it called? The Hisuian Index was pretty interesting, because it ended up being, like, a very select batch of Pokemon that, no, it was mostly new Pokemon that got new forms, except Sneasler, which didn't, which isn't new. Trying to think of other older pre-Gen 4 Pokemon, or Gen 4 and sooner Pokemon that got new stuff. Scyther did. Scyther got Cleavor, Weirdir got Stantler. Okay, we did get some, I'm talking out my ass. But, like, my point being, most of the, like, new stuff we got from, Legends Arceus was stuff that wasn't in the Sinnoh Pokedex. The only Pokemon in the Sinnoh Pokedex that got new shit was, Sneasel and Sneasler, other than, like, the legendaries. You'll get a Quaquaval that's going to have onions around its neck, riding a bicycle holding a breadstick. Obviously. I just realised that the other one was the actual entrance, and I just went to the side entrance. Alright, Stop, Cahir. No, I'm not stopping. Alright. I'm impressed at making it here before you did. It is, actually, because I rode here on a bicycle and also procrastinated. Like, I hate to say it, Sharon. You're a bit of an embarrassment. Alright. Hello, Sage. Alright. I think a pretty important question is going to emerge right now. And by right now, I mean, like, right now. Do we capture another Pokemon in the Relic Castle? Do we get another new encounter in the Relic Castle because it's like a new encounter table? Or do we not get another encounter in the Relic Castle? No? Okay, that's one vote for no. Anybody else have anything to say before we close the book on this one? Maybe. Does anybody else have an opinion here? It sounds like the one opinion being kill it. Okay. We'll get an encounter and kill it then. You know what? I think that's the Mega Evolution we're gonna get. Mega Watchog. Like, honestly, I think that one of the most interesting things they could do in the Legends game is add a new form and give it a Mega Evolution. Like, I think that would be sick as hell. But it probably isn't going to happen, because they seem very unwilling to, like, create a new form. Okay, can we, like... I'm leaning towards... I don't care, actually. I'm leaning towards I don't care. Like, our team right now is, like, pretty tolerable, and, like... we'd be getting rid of its Rocky. I'm, like, pretty neutral on its Rocky's existence. It's, like, pretty nice to have a Rock type around, you know? But, like, in the grand scheme of things, we're not going to get anything, like, specific that, beats Jaiden. Alright. I'm just going to say no and continue on into the castle. This is the part where I switch Felix Jr. up front. I'm gonna keep Palpitoad with the experience share for a bit longer, though. Alright. Down we go. I should have just walked into the middle. You there. Alright. Trying to think of other Pokemon I'd like to see get Megas. Turtonator and Drampa! I think that'd go hard. Like, they're a cool duo, and both of them getting Megas I think would be awesome. I feel like I kind of always go back to them as Alolan Pokemon. I think Komala would be another cool one. Minior would be interesting. I wonder if Minior would be one of those Mega Evolutions that kind of, like, condenses all of its forms into one Pokemon. I was gonna say Mega Obstagoon, but that's a Galarian form. It'd be weird to... I did say Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme, I think, is probably one of my highest, like, picks for Gala Megas, and it would make sense for Mr. Rhyme to be in the game if it's based in the 1920s, you know? If they go for, like, more towards the late 1800s, then I guess it makes less sense. But if it's in the 1920s kind of era, like... Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme. Mega Mr. Rhyme. Phalanx. Mega Phalanx would go hard. And then... yeah, Felix Jr. can take this. Felix Jr. cannot take this. I've changed my mind. Mega Earthworm, dude. Do you think Mega Earthworm would be the 2 Earthworm because it's like one Earthworm that's been cut in half? Rocky. Kind of like how Mega Kangaskhan is just the babies out of the pouch. Right. I do find it funny how everybody's like, oh my god, they finally bought a gimmick back with Megas. When, like, not only were Megas in Sun and Moon, I think it's important to note, Megas are in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, they were kind of like a clarified, like, thing you get near the end of the game. Like, they were... Seismitoad. All of its wiggly fingers will be more Earthworms. Yeah, no, actually, I think that's the option I want. Dominic, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well. Did you enjoy the Pokemon Direct yesterday? We're continuing on with the Pokemon Black and White Treadmill Challenge today. Acid. Big bloop indeed. Acid, I don't think really does much. It may also lower special defense. Yeah, we're not going with Acid. No, I did not want to go with Acid. Cancel. Give up on Acid. Okay. Big bloop indeed. Oh no, I missed an item! This is devastating news. Alright. Let's keep running. Got something great today. It's the Greenlight Hollywood 1 to... I moved myself instead of the chat. And I've shot everything down. The 164 scale Chevelle from Vanishing Point. Ooh. Right, let me just get everything back up now that I've closed it all down. Okay, I'm gonna get Bloop a couple new moves, and I'm gonna keep the experience share on Bloop for just a bit longer. Because I've realized that Bloop can learn... Bloop can get Scold as well, but Bloop can get Bulldoze as actual, like, fighting stab, which is important. Your green light collection keeps growing? Hell yeah. Alright, let's get rid of Aqua Ring. I'm probably not really going to use Aqua Ring. That's a thought. I should probably check Bloop's stats before faffing too much. Need to double check which stats are higher. They're, like, very, very close, actually. I'm going to get Scald instead of Muddy Water. I'm pretty sure they're pretty similar in terms of damage, but Scald has 100% accuracy and that chance to burn, so it's just kind of better. Pretty sure Muddy Water is 85 damage. Alright. Oh, it's 95 damage. I thought it was always, I always thought it was worse than Surf, not better. Should have taught Bloop Surf. I see. Get it now. Understand. That Mattel also made a 155 scale Fast and Furious diecast collection? I did not, no. That is very interesting. Is there a tiny Vin Diesel? Alright. Crocodile was in the Kalos decks. I don't know, I was initially thinking of Pokemon in the Kalos decks that could get Megas. But I'm now starting to think that it's going to be more likely we see more Megas from Pokemon outside of the Kalos decks. They made a large-scale charger with a Dom Toretto figure? Hell yeah. Alright. But yeah, wait, I need to check Iris's levels quickly, I think. Pokemon Iris. I really hate the internet, because I always have to stare at... Max Revive, that is interesting. I always have to stare at people, Googling, like, age after, like, any time I look up, like, a gym leader who's a woman, it's always like, age immediately after. Always. Like, I just want to know the team. Let me be delusional for a minute and say Masquerain. That would be an interesting one, to be fair. Like, it would be nice if they went out of the box for the Megas we got instead of, like, going for, like, the classics, you know? Because, like, I feel like Mega Armarouge and Ceruledge and Komodo and stuff like that, I feel like that's likely, you know? I feel like that's, like, pretty likely to happen. Masquerain? That's out of left field, you know? The one thing I hope is that Megas actually have a presence in the main story this time. I hope that you can get Mega Evolutions in the main story. I hope you can get the Mega Stones in the main story. I hope people have, Mega Evolutions when you fight them in the main story. And not even just plot-relevant trainers, but maybe even some other trainers around, you know? Because Mega Evolution is such an underutilized mechanic in every generation it's a part of. Which is 2 generations, to be fair. But it's an underutilized mechanic in both of those generations, where it appears like a solid handful of times, you know? Oras is probably the best generation when it comes to using Mega Evolution, because both of your rivals use it in one battle each. And after you beat the Elite Four the first time, they start using Mega Evolutions the second time around, you know? But, like, other than that, there are so few actual, like, instances of you fighting Mega Evolved Pokemon. I missed the item again. There are so few, like, actual instances of you using There are so few instances of actually, like, fighting Mega Evolved Pokemon in, like, games with Mega Evolutions in them. And also they're generally, like, really hard to get and often not even available in the main game, as opposed to the post-game. Mega Hard Chaludon becomes the Eiffel Tower. I'd be surprised if our Chaludon got a Mega, seeing as it was literally just introduced. Oh, that's a thought. Oh wait, no, it would be. Is King Gambit in the XY Dex? I guess it depends. Like, I wonder heavily what kind of Pokedex Hisui, not Hisui, this new game is gonna have. Because, how do I put this? Shadow Ball. How do I put this? X and Y has a Pokedex of 450 Pokemon. In central, coastal and mountain Kalos. That is three separate areas of the region with Pokedex of similar size to any game prior to Black and White 2. And what's it called? Living across vast areas. Like, I feel like every Kalos Pokemon has got to be in the game, right? Surely. Plus, there's only like 60 of them, so like that's not that big of a deal. Assumably, every Pokemon with a Mega is probably going to be in the game as well, which is another solid like 48-ish on top of that. Except maybe Mewtwo, Rayquaza, and the Hoenn starters. Maybe even the Kanto starters, to be fair. What's it called? I'd assume most Pokemon with Mega Evolutions will be in the game. Oh, what's my next point? I'm just interested to see how big the Pokedex of this game is going to be, given that X and Y has the biggest Pokedex of any game. Like, the biggest native Pokedex, as far as I'm aware. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon might have a bigger one, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Because Sun and Moon has overlapping Pokemon between its, like, Pokedexes. X and Y does not. Each area of X and Y has an entirely new Pokedex with, I'm pretty sure, no overlapping Pokemon at all whatsoever. Like, X and Y's Pokedex is ginormous. So I'll be interested to see if we get, like, a... Because, like, Legends Arceus basically took the Sinnoh Dex, picked and switched a couple of Pokemon out of it, and had a very similar Pokedex size to Platinum. So are we going to be seeing a game with 450 Pokemon in it, or what? Like, in some ways I could, like, I could see it making sense, you know? Because it's like a very big... Lumiose is a big city, and I'm guessing we're going to be seeing, like, a lot of, like, migration to it over the course of the game. Abercremie, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gone well, and I hope you enjoyed Pokemon Day yesterday. I'm currently talking about Pokemon Legends Z to A. And how big is Pokedex is going to be? This is a better fight for Mienfoo, so I'm going to switch to Mienfoo. But yeah, some people are saying that they wonder if, like, it's going to be a area-based game again. I wonder. TDLR. Because, like, we've already gone to the open world thing of Pokemon, and the pitch is, as far as we know, based on a Nintendo tweet, the game is going to take place entirely in Lumiose City. Again, to be fair, that is based on a based on Nintendo's tweet about the games. Oh, we got to the bottom, okay. That was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. Alright. I don't know why in my head that took longer. So, we're also going to get Hooper and Volcanion and DNC maybe as well. I'd assume so. I feel like that could change the Pokédex a lot, though. Exactly, that's my thoughts exactly. It was fine, though, and, you bought yourself the last physical sealed copy of Soul Silver. Since your local card shop, have a, buy all Pokemon merch, and products for 50% off. Oh, hell yeah! That must have been a good deal, then. How much did you spend on that? Because, like, Soul Silver these days, especially sealed, goes for, like, a lot. $250. That is still a lot, but, like, an impressive, discount, it sounds like. Hell yeah. You know, a lot of people regret, before it was 330 airfare, so I wasn't quite 50% off, but that was still a good discount. Just got Venusaur, hell yeah, congratulations. Alright. Hey, can you take me with you, Alder? Take me with you? Alder, take me with you? Alder, Alder. Oh. Anyway, but yeah, you'll be right back. Have fun, BRBing. We took it down with no one dying at all. Oh, hell yeah, that is hype. I've heard some people say that the Venusaur is very hard. So that sounds impressive. But I guess I will be the one to judge that on Saturday when I do it myself. Saturday will be Rage Day, as I've said. Alright. So hopefully people will be there to stop by for that, because obviously it'll be the first weekend of the Venusaur raid. But yeah, what was I saying before? Yeah, no, like, the game being entirely within Lumiose, I think, could very much easily entirely change the Pokédex. And I'm interested to see, again, like, are we gonna... imagine if we get Colossian forms and Lumosian forms, like, Lumiose forms of Pokemon. Because I could see, like, various Pokemon adapting to the city and us getting new forms out of them, you know? I'm gonna be honest, I really want Mr. Rhyme in that game. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, for the temper, Skittersmack destroyed him, hell yeah. Do you think it's definitely in the past? I'm not gonna say definitely, because I don't want to, like... Yeah, I'm not gonna say definitely, you know? I'm not the kind of, like... I feel like we don't have enough information to say certainly either way, bluntly put. Because we've seen one trailer of the game and we got no, like, gameplay. We've heard very limited things about the game. We don't know much at all. But what I will say is Haussmann's redevelopment of Paris happened in the 1800s, late 1800s to early 1900s, and is clearly the inspiration for the Lumiose redevelopment. Because the first thing we saw in the trailer, to be clear, before anybody calls me out on this, the first thing we saw in the trailer was a sketch of Haussmann architecture. Brendan, like, I don't get why people are like, redevelopment clearly means it's in the future. A thing can get redeveloped in the past. Again, Paris got redeveloped in the late 1800s to early 1900s. This is an actual historical event that has happened before. And I understand not everybody is, you know, has a encyclopedic history of Paris. But oh, hello. The Haussmann redevelopment of Paris happened in the late 1800s to early 1900s, and is most likely the inspiration or Lumiose getting a redevelopment. While I think it's pointless to be like, so this means it will certainly happen in, yeah, I don't think it's worth being like, oh, this means it will certainly happen in the past, because, like, we've seen one fucking trailer of the game. But, like, based on historical context, I feel like the most likely option right now is not for it to be in the future, but for it to, you know, take place in the time period the actual thing happened in. Because isn't Legends Arceus also based on, like, an actual historical event? Yes, my man. I can't believe they're doing Legends Z to A. But what do you think the starters will be? I think they could be Trico, Scorbunny, and Totodile. Maybe. I think that is a good... that is a good bet, but I think we're still going to get Kalos. I think it's still going to be the Kalos starters, but they'll have Mega Evolutions. I could see... I don't know why I healed then. I could see it happening that... what's it called? I could see it happening that we get a new set of starters, kind of like how Hisui did, and then the Kalos starters are like available to catch in the game with Mega Evolutions, and then the new starters have new regional variants. But personally, I think we're still going to have the Kalos starters as the starters of the game, but they're going to get Mega Evolutions. Starters will be ones that only have one type and fully evolved, you reckon? Maybe. I don't know. I'm on the copium that maybe we'll see, what's it called? I want to see Mega Primarina, or, like, a new Primarina form. But, like... Again, I think the most likely option is for us to get, Mega Evolutions for the Kalos starters. I mean, yeah, redevelopment could mean they're building a city over a town that could have been there before. Exactly. I'm assuming, though, it is, you know... No, actually, I'm not. I already said earlier, I'm wondering if Lumiose will get, like, the Hisui treatment, where it'll have a different name at the start of the game and become Lumiose as the Lumiose Tower gets built, you know? Like, that's my bet, is it's the Lumiose redevelopment project, but the city isn't called Lumiose at the beginning of the game. That's how I think it's going to go down. You got to go, it's getting late, you have some stuff to do, good luck on beating the game. Fair enough, thank you, Brugger, I hope you have a great rest of your day. As long as it isn't Charizard. No, we're getting Mega Charizard Z, obviously. I don't think so, because in Pokemon Legends Arceus, there were random starters, and the Sinnoh starters were available to catch. Also, since Nintendo announced it, it'll be a game just in Lumiose. Oh yeah, no. We know that and are aware of that. But, again, I think Lumiose is going to have a different name at the beginning. I think at the very beginning of the game, Lumiose is going to have an entirely different name, and over the course of the game... Okay, cool. You meant it's a starter. Oh no, yeah, it's going to be a starter, and there's going to be Mega Charizard Z. Plot twist, the starter is Floette. Yeah, obviously. It's going to be interesting to see how big of a role AZ has in the game, because I don't think the game's going to take place immediately after the Great War. But what I do think is it would make a lot of sense if AZ were present in the game, but obviously AZ can't have a full story arc. AZ cannot have a full story arc for one key reason, and that's because his story arc ends in X and Y. So unless the game takes place in the future, which maybe it will, I'm not going to rule it out as an option, I just think it's unlikely. Really glad these guys are, like, taking me to where I need to go instead of making me fucking ride a bicycle all the way there. But yeah, what was it called? On the topic of the starters, though, Legends Arceus kind of is our only example at the moment of, like, a Legends game, you know? Like, we were assuming that Legends games, like, titles would always center around mythicals. Z to A clearly contradicts that. Like, for all we know, the game could take place in the future instead of the past. Like, there's no set concepts and ideas for the Legends series as of yet. There's no, like, set routes, set themes that it has to take. The random starters from, like, other regions, we don't know if that's, like, a concrete theme and idea that's always going to happen. So, like, while I don't think it's worth ruling out the idea we could get new starters, I think it's also... I don't think it's unlikely that the Kalos starters are the starters, and then they get Mega Evolutions. Well, you could be on something with Charizard Z. Like, I guess that's a worry. is maybe we'll get Charizard Z. A Mega Charizard Z was like trending on Twitter, so this isn't a joke entirely made by yours truly, but what's it called? A lot of people have been talking about Mega Charizard Z, which is funny. Team predictions. I'll probably use Sylveon, Aegis/Talonflame as a starter, Florgs, and a new Mega if we get them. Honestly, I'm not really going to set my team in stone, you know? I think I'm probably going to do what I did in Paldea, which has had a very fluid team, and just kind of, like, switch out when I see something cool, instead of, like, focus on team building, you know? Because, what's it called? What brainwave am I trying to have? No, not going to decide on the team till we know more. Exactly. Alright, because, like, I'm assuming there are going to be... Well, I guess no, I can't... We might get new Kalos forms. For the game, which would be cool. There's no real, like, certainty in that happening, and or no. There's no real certainty in that happening. That's an unfair sentence. There's no real certainty in that happening, but I feel like it's likely. Because as much as we don't know if they're necessarily going to stick to the exact, like, stuff that they've, like, done before, I'm sure they're very aware, like, new Pokemon will market the game well. Although then again, new Megas would market the game just as well. I guess that's my worry, is that they're just going to add Megas instead of any, like, new forms and stuff. Because I'd be interested to see what new forms we'd, like, get of Pokemon, you know? Again, I'd assume, like, my bet is that most of the Megas and most of the, most of the Megas and most of any new forms we get will be from Pokemon from later generations. There'll be a couple of Pokemon from previous generations who get new Megas and stuff, but there'll be, like, a heavy focus on, like, newer Pokemon. You know, kind of like how Legends Arceus had, like, a very heavy focus on a bunch of Gen 5 Pokemon getting new stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunch of Gen 7 Pokemon and Gen 8 Pokemon getting new stuff. Maybe more specifically Gen 7, honestly, because Gen 8 got a pretty big focus in the Scarlet Violet DLC, getting stuff like Hydrapple and Duraludon and Poltergeist. That's a thought. I wonder if we'll see any Convergent forms. Because Convergent forms are, like, in this weird grey area of technically being an alternate form of a pre-existing Pokemon, but technically not being that, like, whatsoever at all. So I wonder if we'll see Convergent forms in a Legends game. I also wonder if we'll see any legendary groups get expanded, like we did in Legends Arceus. I doubt we'd see, like, another legendary bird. But, like, imagine if we got, like, another legendary dog. Or another legendary beast, sorry. I guess the only other real option there is, like, another Lake Guardian. Because the only other things that we could really get is, like, another Tapu? Which wouldn't make all that much sense, because the Tapus are, like, the Guardians of Alola. Maybe one of those Ruin guys? Again, like, I feel like they're a little bit too recent to get a new guy, right? Like, they just happened. Like, that's the thing that interests me about it. Because there's a lot that's hard to predict, you know? There's not much that's, like, easy to predict in this. Because, like, they've gone for Gen 6, which is it's not a much more recent generation than Gen 5. But it's a more recent generation, which means, like... You don't know about the Legendary Beasts because of the paradoxes. That's very true. I didn't consider that, Felix. That's a fair point. So yeah, I guess the Lake Guardians... We can always just not get a new Legendary addition to, like, any of the groups, to be fair. I guess we'll find out, though. Like, to be fair, if the game takes place entirely within Lumiose, like, how many Legendaries are going to be in Lumiose City, you know? Like, it's not like they're gonna be fucking crawling out every corner. We could get a new trio entirely. That is true! Kalos never did get a trio. Like, the closest thing Kalos had to a trio was, the Legendary Birds, but those were from Kanto. Which made Kalos the first generation without a new Legendary trio. It's funny that, like, there have been 2 generations without a new Legendary trio at launch, and both of them have the Legendary Birds replace that trio. Like, obviously, Sword and Shield gave the Legendary trio new forms, or technically Convergent forms. Oh, I'm so stupid! We could get new forms for a trio! The thing we get could just be, like, new forms of a pre-existing trio. I guess we kind of already did get that with the, Paradox Mons, though. Like, us getting new Paradox Mons forms, Paradox forms of the Swords of Justice and, the other one. Beasts. Us getting Paradox forms of the Swords and Justice and the Beasts. Fresh can't learn Strength. I'm going to teach it to Rocky, because Rocky's going to be out of here pretty soon. Stealth Rock. But yeah, yeah, the Paradox forms of the Beasts are kind of like a new trio. Like, my thought is like, it's unlikely for us to get anything new for the Lake Guardians, because, like, they were very focused upon in Legends Arceus. The Legendary Beast just got the Paradox forms. The Legendary Birds literally just got something new. Although they are the closest thing to, like, a Kalos-linked Legendary group. I guess, given how Legends Arceus went with, like, a very big focus on Gen 5, it kind of would make sense for there to be a bigger focus on Gen 7. So, like, arguably, we could get something new for the Tapus. Which would be interesting at the least. But I feel like we're not going to get anything new for Ultra Beasts. Like, unless we end up with a fucking bizarre plotline. Like, I guess it's pointless ruling it out entirely, but imagine how fucking off-the-wall of a plotline we'd be getting if Ultra Beasts were in Kalos. I think the plot's going to revolve around Zygarde in some way, and I'm interested to see whether Zygarde will be on the protagonist's side or not, because, like, redevelopment of Lumiose, that's going to destroy a lot of, like, wild Pokemon's habitats, you know? Like, I'm sure that's, like, one of the big issues that's going to be presented in the... I guess maybe not sure, but it'd be interesting if that's one of the bigger issues presented in the game, is the fact that, like, Pokemon habitats might end up being, like, gotten rid of. So it makes sense for Zygarde to, like, kind of waltz in and be like, "Hi guys, so basically, don't do this. I like it." I think that'd be very funny, honestly. But I guess we'll have to see. Because we can't really say much about the game, you know? Like, everything we're saying right now is pure speculation. I mean, Zygarde emerged in Gen 7 because of the threat of Ultra Wormholes, right? That is true. That is very, very extremely true. Like, Zygarde was explicitly in Alola because of the Ultra Wormholes in Sun and Moon. And you can't say it's because of Necrozma, because it wasn't in the game because of Necrozma, because, I mean, I guess it is in Alola because of Necrozma, but that's only in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and you don't get it during the main game. Also, do you think the Zygarde Cube's gonna return? Because, like, Dexio and Cena say they found the Zygarde Cube. Are Dexio and Cena siblings? I think there's a sister? I don't think they are related. What I'm trying to say is we could see ancestors to Dexio and Cena. I bet Lysandre's ancestor is going to be heading the Lumiose redevelopment project. You know? Lysander. I always call him Lysandre. Lysander's ancestor is probably going to be the head of the Lumiose redevelopment project. That's my bet. I don't know where Sycamore's ancestor is going to fit into it, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't a professor in this game. We saw Leon's ancestor be the professor in Legends Arceus, so maybe we'll see a character from another game have an ancestor in the professor of this game. Are you not gonna fight me? You are, I was gonna say. I guess it could be like a Kukui ancestor as well. Although then again, Pokemon Clement. Even my guy's got age as like the first fucking search result. Good grief. Does it not talk about Lumiose Tower? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out, because I feel like arguably somewhere he did say that he built the tower. You know? Because I heard someone say that and I was like, that does sound right. That does sound right. I'm gonna have to check that. Because if Clement says he built the tower, then we might be looking at a game that takes place much more like, that either does straight up take place in the future, or takes place very close to the beginning of X and Y. In which case we might just see like a... I guess maybe that wouldn't make all that much sense. Maybe? Anyway. You say Pumice, and I thought that was just a weird spelling of promise for like a long time. In fact, I think I straight up thought that was how you spelt promise for a bit. When I first saw her say this. I was like, I Pumice? Is that how you spell promise? That doesn't seem right. But like, I was a fucking moron, so I believed that that was how you spelled promise for a bit. Anyway, about to fight Bianca. Let's try and fight Bianca. Alright. But yeah, what ancestors are you most looking forward to seeing? Fantina's gonna get an ancestor! Mark my words, Fantina's gonna have an ancestor if these games take place in the past. Because she's from Kalos. So it makes so much sense if one of her ancestors is in the game set in Kalos' past. She's totally gonna have an ancestor in these games. And, like, if you think not, Clay is based on the stereotype of a Japanese businessman who moved to America. Like, that's his thing. That's like his inspiration, you know? Ouch, that was a lot of fucking damage. So... I definitely did not restore enough health for that. Well, this is going horribly. No, quite possibly, unless Game Freak forget about it entirely. I don't know, again, like, Clay had an ancestor in Sinnoh because, you know, he's based on a, yeah, Clay had an ancestor in Sinnoh, which makes sense. The game's canonized, the idea that Agatha and, Bertha are related. Like, I don't think Game Freak are just gonna forget about her, bluntly put. Like, I think if she's not in the game, it'll be because she was considered at one point, and then they decided not to put her in. You know, especially since we're, like, bouncing off of... Legends Arceus came out literally last gen, and they chose not to put a Fantina ancestor in it. So... Although, to be fair, what was it called? There were another couple of characters who didn't seem to have ancestors in the games. But I'm interested if we'll actually get Callum and Serena ancestors in the game. For one main reason. Callum and Serena aren't from Kalos. They're from elsewhere. They moved to Kalos at the beginning of the game. So while I could see Callum and Serena being like... Kanto, right? I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it. So while I could see Callum and Serena being like the protagonists in the same way Dawn and Lucas are the protagonists of Legends Arceus, although it would surprise me, I'd rather we get like actually not... Like, if this is a game set in the past, I'd rather... I'm gonna try for a bulldoze. It did work. I don't know why I thought this thing would have levitate this whole time. Oh shit, that's definitely gonna make Bianca use the potion. Anyway. If the game is set in the past, I'd rather it not be like a protagonist from X and Y is... transported back in time. I'd rather, like... Because, like, especially... Honestly, Legends Arceus really would have lended easily to a plot where you're just part of the Galaxy research team. But, I feel like it would make sense a lot as a plot if it's just, like, you're joining whatever fucking department. Although you remember saying Mewtwo might not be in the game. He does have a cave. He does have a cave, but he didn't exist. If the game's set in the future, he did exist, to be fair. But if the game is set in the past, he did not exist. Right. Bianca? What's your problem? Fucking tanky ass Pokemon. Why would you wait this long to bust that out? Like, don't use a Forester. Don't use a Forester. Don't use a Forester. Don't use a Forester. Didn't use a Forester. I'm pretty sure that it dies this turn. Okay. I'm switching next anyway, so it's fine. Honestly, Bloop is kind of pretty good at the moment, being like a 3-stage final evolution. Okay, yeah, we definitely want Bloop off the battlefield as quickly as possible. Do you have static? Yeah. A free switch into Superior, I think, is going to be important here. Okay, wait. So we had... Static. We had a starter from Gen 2, 5, and 7 in Legends Arceus. I'm going to do some calculations here. We had a starter from 2, 5, and 7 in Legends Arceus. Pokemon from Generation 1 already have Megas. Would be ruled out from 6. I should probably do this better on my hands. Wait, does Grass resist fighting? I forget. Let's just go all in. It does not, okay. So yeah, Gens 2, 5, and 7. Gen 1 probably won't, and Gen 6 probably won't be the starters. Gens 3 already have Megas. Which would only leave 8 and 9 for, like, new starters. I think we're probably going to get a Gen... We crit! I think we're probably going to get a Gen 8 starter. In the grand scheme of things, I'd very much expect a Generation 8 starter if we get new starters. I'd expect to get a Generation 8 starter. Do you resist? You have Scald, I should have just switched. Oh well. Oh wow, that's very bad actually. I'm gonna need to switch. What words am I looking for? Some of them, that's for certain. Wait, have I already stated what I think the player's role in the game's going to be yet, or have I not done that? Because I think I know what the game's... I think I've got a pretty good guess on what the player's role in the game is going to be. My assumption is they're going to be recruited in by the professor, who's probably actively working with... Yeah, I think they're going to be working with the professor, who's probably actively working with the redevelopment team, to, like, map and kind of, like, track the biodiversity in the city. Yeah, to track and map the biodiversity in the city as it develops. Because obviously, like, they want it to be, like, a haven for people and Pokemon. So I think they're probably going to want, what's it called? I assume they're going to want, shit. I assume they're going to, like, want, like, a lot of, like, biodiversity in the city. I was going to say, you definitely give me Flame Charge. Alright, which is funny, because it's not that good of a move to be getting at this point in the game, but, like, I'm not going to look a gift TM in the mouth. Alright. But, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah, no, I think you'll be documenting the biodiversity of the city. I think that'll be, like, your job, you know? You'll be brought in to do that. So I'll be interested to see if you end up actually having, like, any, like, impact on the progress of the city. And I'm also interested to see how much the city is going to progress in your time there, you know? Like, are we going to see, like, an entire overhaul of the city? You know, like what happened in the Haussmann renovation? Or are we going to see, like... Are we going to arrive, like, towards the end of it and see it progress into the final stages, you know? Like, I think the one thing I would predict actively happening, if it's set in the past, is us seeing Lumio's tower be built. I think we'd get there as it's, like, starts in construction, and the game would end with it being fully built. Okay, yeah, that down there, that's where I'm going to want to get the encounter. Wow, my team's kind of fucked up. Those guys going to be able to see me from up there? To be fair, the 2 Pokemon that have fainted are the fodder Pokemon, so I guess that's not actually that big of a deal. I feel a bit bad for not using Stunfisk, but like... Womp, I guess. Like, Stunfisk is cool, I do like Stunfisk. But especially with how level distribution is, I think it's better to just focus on, like, the stronger Pokemon on the team, like Mienfoo. Oh no, they can't see me from here. That's lovely. Are you gonna do the thing? Yeah, you are. That's lovely. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna be jammy, and I'm gonna get the encounter now. Alright, let's use the Super Repel. And hope that I'm not so underleveled that wild Pokemon can hop out of me here. I'm guessing they'll be able to hop out of me here, though I would expect a level 40-ish to be like the maximum level around here. Okie dokie. HP up. Let's see what we get. Also, what kind of Pokeride do you think we're going to get? Because I bet we're going to get Pokeride again. Obviously, we're going to need like a Pokeride for... Oh, that's a thought, actually. Talking about Pokeride, but like bluntly put... Go-Go makes a lot of sense, but Legends Arceus only gave us new Pokemon as Pokerides. I feel like Go-Go is likely, though. Duosion. Don't Ocean? Alright, I'm not gonna fuck around. I'm killing that Lipod. That Lipod is all I'm going to attack until it's dead. I'm not making the same mistake as I did with that Trubbish. You! Okay, firstly, never do that again. Secondly, never do that again. Only 3 or 4 levels from evolution as well. Oh my fucking god, okay. That's, what the hell? That is the most damage a Lipod has ever done ever in history, I think. Alright. I guess Bloop. Issue is we're not going to want to kill this thing. Oh, it lived. Oh, it lived. Someone's going to take a Future Sight in a moment, though. Gonna be honest, it might be fresh. Oh, it's blue. Okay. And now, all time. Now, I want to be clear. Route 9, that's number 1. Route 10, that's number 2. Thunderous, that's number 3. Victory Road, that's number 4. Terrakion, that's number 5. No miscount. Route 9, Route 10. Thunderous, Victory Road, Terrakion, and Seismitoad. Seismitoad's going to be the one who... My point is this Duosion's going to be coming with us to the league. If it lets us catch it, that is. If it doesn't do that, then it's not coming with us to the league. If it wipes us, it's not coming with us to the league. And we're going to have to catch something else instead. But, Reuniclus won't be too bad. Won't be too bad. Reuniclus is pretty solid, I'll be honest. Get in the ball! It's not even shaking! Oh my god! It endeavored me and used Future Sight. This thing might actually kill me. Am I gonna wipe to a Duosion? That was a crit catch. I think Pokemon can break out crit catches in this game, though. So far, I have not been proven right on that statement. That is the second crit catch this stream, though. What the hell? Alright. What do we name Duosion? What should we... Duosion names? Mito. Alright. Awesome. Repel's effect wore off. Not awesome. We only have one Pokemon alive at the moment. One Pokemon in any state to fight. Okay. This is the point where we take all of our resources and pile it onto Pulpitoad and Duosion. We're going to give these guys, named after the Alpha Romeo car, I assume. Exactly, yeah. What's it called? What am I looking for? Yeah. I'm going to pull all of my resources into Pulpitoad, into, what's it called? Seismitoad and Duosion now. I'm going to make an attempt. Wait a minute, I missed Ice Beam from Icarus City. We're going to have to go back. Oh, shit. Does Pulpitoad get Ice Beam? Question 1. What Pokemon learn Ice Beam in Pokemon Black and White? Pokemon. Ice Beam. You're going for Mitosis. Oh. Okay. Identify Pokemon that can learn Ice Beam. Ah, hell yeah. Not Seismitoad. Seismitoad. Not part of that list. You know what is part of that list? That's right. Alomomola. Alright. That's all fine, though. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm gonna try and get Seismitoad and Duosion, and they're gonna be like the... You didn't make it clear enough. You're being unserious. Really? Shit. Alright. Let's wait for these guys to shut up, and then we can continue. Alright. Oh. Am I gonna get like a choice here? I think so. I love getting choices, except when I don't like getting choices. I wish I was dragged around. Yeah, they just confiscated your A-level certificate, actually. Oh, yeah. For, like, being too unserious. Was that it? Were you too unserious? Alright. Buy a bunch more hyper potions. You know, need a bunch of hyper potions. Yeah, no, I think I'm genuinely gonna try and just like, alright, yeah, we need to do the next thing, the next thingy-majiggle. We need to do the next, you know, the thing. We need to do the next one, and that is moving Pokemon, grabbing Mito, grabbing Boulder, and saying goodbye to It's Rocky. Let's get some 07s in chat for It's Rocky. It's Rocky actually was pretty useful in the grand scheme of things, I'm gonna be honest. Like, It's Rocky was nowhere near the worst Pokemon on the team at any point. Honestly, I was really planning to use Felix Jr. to take out Iris, but bye-bye Sylvester, indeed. Alright, yeah, let's get Bloop and Miso up front for the next stretch of the game. Wait, does Bloop have the Lucky Egg? Bloop does not have the Lucky Egg. Bloop needs the Lucky Egg. Oh, no, I gave the Lucky Egg to Miso. Miso needs the experience share, and Bloop needs the Lucky Egg. Okay, yeah, here's what's going to happen. Bloop's going to take the Lucky Egg. I'm actually going to put Felix Jr. up front here, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be fighting mostly Poison and Dark types here. Dark types Seismitoad can just about deal with, but what Seismitoad can deal with better is Poison types. As long as we don't see... I don't think there are any Poison Grass types in Unova. So that should be fine, shouldn't it? Join our team! Join our team, but it's like got the like square emoticons in the middle, you know? You know the style. The Twitter style, the Twitter bot style. Like, I feel like a bot message becoming a meme on your website kind of shows and suggests that maybe your like attempt at dealing with the bot problem has been wildly unsuccessful. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I kind of do, actually. But, like, everybody taking the piss out of bot comments on your site kind of suggests that maybe, like, the whole thing where you're like, I'm going to reduce the bots on the site just hasn't worked, like, at all, whatsoever. Alright, Pawniard. I mean, it's a dark type, but it's the wrong kind. It's steel type. It's a steel dark type, which means I'm going to steal its life. Epic zinger. Okay. Yeah, these Pokemon don't really have that high experience yields, I can't help but notice. Alright. Let's hope I've, like, jinxed it or something. Hi? Okay. These guys have really bad depth perception, I guess. Not depth perception. These guys are short-sighted, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. Too Scraggy, that's it. That's what we're fighting. Too Scraggy. Okay. That's fine. I can fight Too Scraggy. That's not that hard of a matchup. I will scold you, and I will jump kick you. Fun fact, the Mattel 1/55 scale Fast and Furious diecast collection is around the same scale as the Disney Cars diecast collection. Oh, interesting. Do you think abilities will come back in Legends Z to A? Because they were notably absent from Legends Arceus, which was trying for like a much more like kind of streamlined battle system. But I wonder like... I wonder how battles are going to work in Legends Z to A. Because I bet battles are actually going to be a thing now, you know? I bet we're going to be seeing a lot of Pokemon battles. I don't know if they're going to be like the new cool hip thing. Like on the street. Like we might even see some kind of like proto-gym. We might see like a proto-gym or like a proto-gym challenge. Where people like set themselves up as like challenging trainers and reward people who beat them. That would be pretty cool, I think. That's a thought. There's a lot of interesting like stuff that could easily happen in the game if set in the past. It's set in the future, I guess it won't be happening, but if it's set in the past, I'll be interested to see... when Valerie's there and looks exactly the same. I would love that. That would be so funny. Valerie's also, like, easily, like, my favorite Gen 6 gym leader as well. That would be peak, honestly. The next model car you're buying tomorrow is a 1/55 scale Fast and Furious 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. Ooh. Dude, if Valerie's, like, there and looks... That would be peak. That would be peak. I'd be a big fan of that. I mean, we know another... Like, the issue is as much as it would be a very funny idea, and I would be down for it, it would also kind of, like, clash with AZ, who's another immortal who's probably going to have barely changed. Because, like, AZ has incredibly long hair. It can't be, like, shorter than his neck in this game. That's my thought. Is, like, whatever AZ looks like, his hair can't be shorter than his neck. But I'll be really interested to see what kind of, like, role he'd have in the game. Alright. The only Mattel 1/55 scale Fast and Furious cars you have are Lattice Corvette, the Ford Crown Victoria, and the Ford GT. Hell yeah. So, like, what's it called? Well, yeah, no, it's going to be nice to get a bit more of a... Get a couple more additions to the collection. Or another... Yeah. Hunting Skrelp from the old Outbreaks a while ago and accidentally went online. No! Devastating. Do you have the right version to continue the Skrelp hunt just regularly? Because I guess the biggest threat to that would be, like, Quillfish, right? Alright. Hide that. No, hide that. Alright. I was gonna say, you find me, don't you? And she does. She does find me. That's effervescent. I'm going to check what Palpitoad can learn. Because I have another question about Palpitoad's learn set. I'm guessing it might not be able to learn this either. Indeed, it cannot learn Blizzard. Okay. What the fuck can Palpitoad even learn? What's it even good for? Right. They're all from the same wave as the Roadrunner, because this wave has the Ice Charger and the Flip Car. Ooh. No, but you have the gold, so we'll hunt through eggs. Yeah, fair. That's understandable. And useful. Lilligant, I don't want to be fighting you, do I? I don't want to be fighting you at all. Alright, Mito. Issue is Lilligant is notorious for only knowing Quiver Dance. And that one. It also only knows that one. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother. Me? Not gonna bother. Uh-oh. Okay, so, like, here's what we're gonna do. Pray. Alright, I have Endeavor, which means if I can survive... Oh, okay, that was easy. I assumed that was going to, like, that Lilligant was going to put up more of a fight, you know? I thought that was going to be, like, a very difficult and hard-fought battle, but, like, I guess not. I guess that's not at all what happened there. Like, I'm not complaining, to be clear. Alright. Yeah, that's a TM shelf, but it looks like I will not be getting Blizzard or Ice Beam on Seismitoad. You know what, I'm just going to look up Seismitoad's Gen 5 Learn set and see if it actually gets any... What was it called? Moves? Ice moves. Pokemon Seismitoad. Generation 5. I think it doesn't. Oh, no, actually, I'm wrong. It does. It does get an Ice-type move. It gets Hail. which isn't useful in, like, any way, shape, or form. Alright. Well, this guy only has a life bar. Interesting. And I'm still faster than it after a home clause when I am Big Frog. Interesting. Alright. Let's see what other fools are here to fight me. Haha! More rich people. You know what that means? Money! It means moolah! It'll be cool to see more information about, Legend Z8, but I really wonder when we're gonna get it. You know? Like, obviously, I, as much as anyone else, want to know more about what's actually gonna be in the game, and how correct I am about my assumptions and stuff. If I'm entirely wrong that it's gonna be set in the, late 1800s to early 1920s, and it's going to be set in the future, as people are saying, and stuff like that. Like, I'm interested to see all that. But I wonder... Like, it could be a while until we see more news, you know? These games are releasing 2025. We don't know when in 2025. They've just said 2025. They haven't said holiday 2025. They haven't said, like, Q1. They've said 2025, and that's all we know about the game's release dates. Which makes me wonder if we're going to see any information for, like, the next half year. Like, I want to know the odds of us getting any more news about this game until, like, Thunderstone. I wonder if we're going to get, like, any new information about this game before, like, August. Do you remember around what time Legends Arceus was announced? It was also announced on Pokemon Day. It was announced alongside Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl on Pokemon Day. And I'm pretty sure they did say that Legends Arceus was going to be coming out early 2022 in that trailer. Like, I'm pretty sure that was clarified then and there. So, like, that's what makes me curious about, like, the actual release date of these games. It also makes me interested about the release date of the next console. Because, like, I feel like they wouldn't want to release the next big Nintendo console around the same time as a Pokemon game comes out for the last one. That's my hot take, because Pokemon is a system seller, you know? Pokemon shifts systems, which means if a new game comes out and it isn't on the new console, but we have confirmation that the game is going to be on... Yeah. Sorry, I just for a second there realized that we are at 9:45, and we're in Opelucid City about to challenge the gym. Because, like, I have two choices here, you know? Do I continue on with the game? Or do I do the gym and Elite Four all next stream? I guess I'm also going to be running off to capture, Thundurus next stream. I think I'm going to beat Iris. I'm going to beat Iris and then end the stream. That's going to be how I do it. And the next stream we'll be doing, the capturing of, Thundurus, Victory Road, the capturing of, Terrakion, and the climax of the game. And that will all be in the same stream. Alright. And then I'll figure out something to maybe do after, maybe? We'll see. Alright. Did you miss anything? We got a Duosion. which was pretty exciting. But other than that, we've been mostly just wandering around, getting some levels before we go to fight Iris, which is the goal now. We just need to go and fight Iris. We just need to get through the conversation. But yeah, Abercremie, any particular megas you're hoping for? You may be hoping for Mega Alcremie. Because I feel like Alcremie is in a good position to get a Mega Evolution, being a Generation 8 Pokemon. It's Rocky alive? It's Rocky, unfortunately, just left us. Literally just. In fact, It's Rocky was replaced by Duosion. Bloop is at a good level. I think I'm going to do some training for Mito, because I do want to Reuniclus by the next bit, and he has Psychic now. I'm just going to go all in with the Lucky Egg on Mito. Alright. But yeah, as I said before, I'm just going to put all of my resources into Duosion and Seismitoad. Just for, like, this area. Just because, like, as much as I could use my other team members, like, these are the guys going to be in the Elite Four. So I think it's going to be best to, like, actively focus on the Pokemon who will be most useful in the near future. And that's Duosion and Seismitoad. You want Alcremie to get a third Evo and Mega. Interesting. Or on your right side, Mega Flygon. Mega Fly... Like, you have to wonder... Okay, we've got Pokemon, like, we've got a game called Pokemon Legends Z, you know? It's called Legends Z 2A, but it's called Legends Z, you know? A lot of people call Pokemon Legends Arceus Pokemon Arceus, which means, like, you have to wonder how much Game Freak understood that people were going to call Pokemon Z to A. Really? Because I'm going down now. Like, I die this time. Yeah. Shit. I hope I have enough revives for this gym. Okay, Bloop's a bit better. Tank, like, resistance-wise at least. To entirely take a Fracture attack. RIP Rock Dude indeed. Some more popular mods from Paldea will make it return. You know that. I don't know, we didn't really see many Gen 8 Pokemon in Legends Arceus. I think that we're going to get I think it's going to be a very, like, big focus on Gen 7 Pokemon getting new forms and Megas. That's my bet. I think we're going to see a few Gen 6 Pokemon get Megas. We're going to see a couple of Gen 8 Pokemon get Megas. And we're going to see quite a few Gen 7 Pokemon get Megas. And maybe a couple of older Pokemon as well. That's my prediction. It's going to be, like, a very, like, heavy focus on Gen 7. I wonder how many new Megas we're going to have. Because there are 48 Megas in total. Let's be blunt, not all of them are making it into the game. It might be Megas instead of Alphas. Maybe, that's true. Because, like, Alphas I don't think are coming back. Remember Game Freak does the picking to see which Anymon gets in and gets cut? I mean, yeah. Like, they're not going to bring, like, some guy in to do it. They're not going to bring, like, a Microsoft guy in to do it. Who am I gonna... Yeah, Felix Jr. I should have done Seismitoad. Oh well. But yeah, like, what was it called? Like, I feel like not every single Pokemon with a Mega Evolution is necessarily going to be in the game. But I feel like we're going to see a lot of the Mega Evolutions that were in the Kalos decks. Probably Slurpuff? Yeah, I could definitely see Slurpuff and Aromatisse getting Megas. Aegislash wouldn't surprise me, but by the same token, I do wonder because of its stance change stuff. Like, Aegislash was made to be a powerhouse on its own, you know? One Pokemon I really think is going to get a Mega is Pyroar. I will be very surprised if Pyroar doesn't get a Mega Evolution. Other than that, I think Komodo probably will. I think that's probably one of my big Gen 7 picks is Komodo. Other than maybe Dranpar and Turtonator. It would make sense to finally get a Mega Raichu as well, I think. Like, I could see that happening. You want another Scyther evolution? What if we get a Kleavor Mega? What if we get a Kleavor Mega? Like, it's kind of implied that Caesar's from the future. Like, Caesar's like a much more, like, recent, like, development of a Pokemon. Which means there's every chance if Scyther's in the game, Kleavor might be as well. So there's every chance that Kleavor could get a Mega. To be fair, though, this is very much going to be like a post-industrial revolution. I could very much see Caesar just being in the game regularly. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kleavor ends up being in the game as well, just because it's technically extinct in modern day, but this is a game set in the past, so... Can you guys stop using Dragon Dance? It's kind of annoying me. Oh, it's gonna one-shot me with this. Fracture that annoy me gets sent to the time is sped up realm, as I don't like them. Haxorus is an older Pokemon I could see getting a Mega Evolution. It'd be cool to see Toxicroak get one as well, but I feel like we're not really gonna get many Pokemon who are in the X and Y Pokedex getting new Megas. I know that did technically happen with Oras, was a few Pokemon in the X and Y Pokedex got Mega Evolutions, like Pidgeotto and stuff. But, honestly, I think that, we won't be seeing all that many Pokemon already in the Kalos Pokedex getting new Megas, as opposed to a few Kalos Pokemon getting new Megas, but more importantly, newer Pokemon getting Megas, you know? And I think it's going to be newer Pokemon getting Megas, because newer Pokemon wouldn't have the opportunity to get Mega Evolutions otherwise, you know? They're bringing Mega Evolution back. So, like, it would make sense for them to focus on Kalos and newer Pokemon, rather than, like, older Pokemon who've technically already been in the ring to get Megas. I'd say the only, like, older Pokemon I'd say should get a Mega is Toxicroak and Flygon as well. I think the Ghost Tree and Pumpkin will get it. Trevenant and Gourgeist. Those are pretty solid bets, I think. I feel like there are a lot of, like, decent Pokemon in Kalos to, like, kind of have that up for grabs. I'm just switching this time. I'm not gonna let Mito get a fucking one-shot again, because Mito is almost at level 40. And who knows, maybe after getting to level 40, Mito will actually be able to one-shot these fuckers. Knew it. Knew you were gonna try for it. Actually, that's a fair point. I might not live an attack. I'm not going to live an attack now. Might have made a mistake. Gotta be honest. You know? Might have made a bit of a miscalculation in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, you're gonna do that again, are you? You see, I'd just rather you didn't do that. Is Fresh gonna actually be able to take a... Yeah, Fresh can probably take a Dragon Claw. Fresh outspread a Fracture before, so maybe Fresh can do it again, even though Fresh is a couple of levels lower now. Did you just use false swipe? Did you just use false swipe? Was my Pokemon in kill range and you were like, I don't know what I'll do. I'll use false swipe. That'll take him out. Oh, goodbye Abercrombie. I hope you have a great rest of your day. That was kind of him. Yeah, this'll finish him. Fracture, use false swipe. Wait, shit. Wait, did I not get the level up from that? I don't think I did. Oh, no, we can't actually go down there yet, can we? We have to go down here. Oh, I forgot. Oh, hello. Alright. You know, maybe we'll be ending at a more normal time after we've beaten Iris than I expected to. I was a little bit concerned that we'd be at a really awkward time, or like an earlier time, but it might be like closer to regular. Okay, Draudigan. Draudigan! This guy isn't gonna Dragon Dance. Maybe it will actually. Oh, it's got Night Slash instead. Okay, that's fucking awful. I lived. Am I gonna be able to one-shot it with a Psychic? No, I'm not. Alright. Seismitoad can take a Dragon Claw from a Draudigan. Seismitoad can take a Dragon Claw from a Draudigan. Can Draudigan take a Bulldoze from a Seismitoad, though? Like, a little bit. Like, pretty well. Can I take a Revenge? Yeah. Yeah. I'm realizing how much of a problem Draudigan might be if I don't get that evolution by Iris. Because, like, that was, like, dookie damage. That's Uproar. Wait, does this guy have multiple Pokemon? He might. He might. This might have been a mistake, you know? Oopsie daisies. Okay. Yo, Mito got a level up. Nope, he only had one Pokemon. Thank goodness. Okay. Do you think we'll see anything new for Zygarde specifically? Like, we didn't see anything new for Arceus in Legends Arceus. And, like, bluntly put, Zygarde's already got, like, a shitload. You know? Zygarde has 3 signature moves, 3 forms. Like, Zygarde is not lacking in terms of, like, shit, you know? Bluntly put, Zygarde is, doing pretty well off in terms of, stuff that it has. So I feel like Zygarde isn't going to get anything new itself. But again, I'm going to once again point to the, logo. It kind of looks like maybe scales, maybe, like, kind of like plant vein thingies. Which interests me. Like, I'm genuinely unsure which it is, which, I think is... Which makes it intrigue me, you know? Which makes me go, you know? Like, I don't know what it's supposed to be. Which I think is cool. I like not knowing things. You like the pink they used? Oh, and the logo, yeah! That's honest. Okay, that's the main thing that makes me think that this game is going to be set in, like, 1920s-ish time. Because that logo looks black and white. Oh my god, guys! Black and white remakes confirmed? Guys? Guys? Does this mean Pokemon Black and White remakes? Guys? This thing's definitely gonna Dragon Dance this turn. Which, isn't gonna go my way, I don't think. Please have just a little bit more bulk. Please have a little bit more bulk. No! God damn it. Hey, Knight, can you come and take a fall for me real quick? If this guy sets up, I'm gonna cry. Pokemon's racist! No! That wasn't what I meant at all! Alright. I'm just going to Bloop. And, I guess I'm going to... Oh, it's using Taunt! It's using Taunt! Aww. Okay, hopefully this means that I have the upper hand here. Yes, I'm now faster than you. Hee 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 hee. If you hadn't taunted me, maybe you would have been able to... Okay, now you're trying to, like, raise your speed again. That's kind of funny. Kind of comical. Alright. I'm guessing we're looking at another Fracture, which is probably going to Dragon Dance the turn I, like, touch the ground. Oh, it's a Dredigan! Okay, a Dredigan does have Night Slash, but it also has Revenge. Mito, however, is half health. I'm going to try and burn it with Scald. Because this isn't going to do much. You see, that's what I wanted to happen. That's what I wanted. That's that. That right there? That's what I'm talking about. Because then I can do my smart plays of healing up Mito and getting Mito back onto the field to use Psychic and killing this thing. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. Alright. You know what we need, actually? I decided. Druddigan Mega Evolution. Alright. But yeah, I feel like we got actually quite a lot in the first Legends Arceus trailer. Like, didn't we see, like, some actual, like, new Hisui forms? Or am I, like, a fool and imbecile? Like, I feel like we saw, like, a decent amount from that Legends Arceus trailer. Maybe we didn't see new forms, actually, but we definitely saw, like, a decent chunk of gameplay. Because I definitely know the moment the trailer dropped, people were pointing out how bad, like, the frame rate was. Oh, Mito's already evolving. You'll have to see it. I thought that would take a bit longer, but Reuniclus now? I'm not gonna complain. Alright, I'm gonna mention again, there's no stream this Friday. Instead, there's going to be streams over the weekend. There'll be a stream on Saturday and a stream on Sunday. The Saturday stream will be the Venusaur raids. So if you want to stop in for those, that is when you're going to want to. Which is going to be very, very cool. I am DHO. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like this version of the gym puzzle more than the other one. You know, more than Black and White 2's. Because Black and White 2's is like, it's a big flex, you know? Black and White 2's like Dragon Gym. It's, I'll give them one thing. It is a large flex of like a gym, you know? Like, the whole gym is like these two giant dragons and they fight. Like, that's very high concept, that's very cool. I'll give them that. But, it's kind of boring as, like, an actual, like, challenge, because it's more or less just people being like, I'm gonna battle you with this! And then they always have, like, a Fracture and an Axew, and that's it. I went to have a look at the trailer, and we got a bit of a gameplay and starters and battle system. Oh yeah, no, that was it. It was that, yeah. No new mons, but we got a look at the game, which, like, it interests me that we didn't get a look at Legends Zeta A. I mentioned this a bit in my reaction video, but it really does make me wonder how far along in development this game is. Like, to be blunt, Legends Arceus, like, people have been saying, okay, a 2025 release date is great, because that means they're, like, delaying the game to spend more time on it. But Legends Arceus released in 2023. Not 2023, 2022. 2025 is 3 years after that, which means there's every chance this game's going to have the exact same development cycle as any other. Maybe even, like, a shorter development cycle than Legends Arceus. Although there is the big difference of, you know, no coronavirus. I'm sure coronavirus definitely affected the state Legends Arceus came out in. It'll be interesting to see when we get the first gameplay trailer. Okay, looks like we might just not get the burn off, which is kind of annoying. Also, potential to use assets as a base engine is ready. Yeah, but do we know if Legends Arceus is built on the same engine as Sword and Shield? Because I feel that's likely, right? Because of, like, the wild area stuff? Like, a wild area in comparison to the other bit. You know. Wild area in comparison to, like, how Legends Arceus is, like, built up of wild areas, basically. And that's why I'm not sure if we're going to have a zone-based Legends game again. I think it might be, like... I think it's going to be an open world throughout the city. But it's going to be interesting to see how much we see the city develop, because that's going to be, like, the most interesting thing to me, is how much we're going to see the city develop in that game. I think it's pretty clear this Jubilife Village probably inspired them for this one. Because obviously the development of Jubilife Village happened where as you play Legends Arceus, it gets bigger over time. So I wonder, like, how much that inspired the idea of, like, a game taking place entirely in Lumiose. Also, I've seen a lot of good thoughts. Like, there are catacombs under Paris. I wonder if, like, that'll play into the story at any point. Whether just being, like, a bonus area you can explore, or, like, actually plot relevant as a place. Because that'll be interesting and exciting. I think we have another battle down here, so no, maybe not. Maybe we do! Hello. Alright. Let's go. Fracture, you're going to Dragon Dance, but I'm now evolved, which means I might be able to tank a hit, maybe? In fact, I should probably be able to one-shot it, right? I was going to say, watch me get one-shot instead. Okay, yeah, that... Like, one Dragon Claw would not have killed me anywhere near. I still can't one-shot it with a Psychic, though! No! Did my special not raise at all? Or I guess maybe veterans just have more IVs and EVs, which meant it could more effectively tank a hit. Devastating. Oh yeah, speaking of reactions, I posted another reaction video today, actually. It was a reaction YouTube short, but it wasn't a reaction. Well, no, it wasn't a... It was a shiny reaction. This is my triple segmented Dunsparce reaction, so if you want to relive that moment, or didn't catch it live, it is now up. It's now up on my YouTube. for you to watch at your own leisure. It is a funny one. I think that's probably one of the best reactions I've done on the channel. I don't know what my Regi's reaction was like, because I was probably pretty stoked over that as well. But, alright. Up to Iris. Now then, gym battle time. Let's see how this goes. I'm unsure how it will. I'm going to be completely honest. Alright, I'm gonna revive Knight. I think. I have 8, yeah, I have 8 revives. I'm gonna revive Knight, but I'm not gonna heal Knight to full health. Because I'm reviving Knight specifically to be like a pivot. To be a Photomon. I swear I had more ether. I do. Okay, I'm gonna use an ether on Psychic. For obvious reasons. It is Psychic. It is Remakes' best move. Additionally, I'm just going to double check what Bloop has. Bloop is doing pretty well on PP, maybe. Alright. I feel like Iris leads with Drudigan. I feel like I remember her leading with Drudigan, so I'm going to lead in with Bloop. Maybe I am going to use that elixir on Bloop, actually. Ether, sorry. Okay. I think I'm going to have to play very carefully around her Haxorus, because that thing could easily sweep me. But looking into it, looks like they were applying the Havoc engine for Gen 8, but made a new one in 9, and they recently posted a job for Unreal, so we'll see how it looks when we get more news. But that was recently, though, so I doubt that would be for the development of, although I guess it could easily be for the development of of Z to A, if, she started the Fracture. I'm gonna take a risk and switch into Mito. I think it'll probably Dragon Dance this turn. Yeah. But I don't think Miso will get one shot anymore. Maybe it will for different reasons. No, it didn't. Okay. That didn't even do half. Right. No, it's fine. Because we're chipping off that bit of health to then use another Psychic. Genius. Alright. Don't crit. It did not crit. You'll love to see it. I'm guessing Drudigan's going to come out second just because Haxorus is like the ace. Although Haxorus is probably the Pokemon that can do the most damage. Oh no, it's Drudigan. Okay. Mayhaps if it has that one attack. Night Slash. I guess we'll find out, like, right now. Uh-oh. Okay, Felix Jr., welcome to the battle. I hope you have been well. You missed! Felix, have a word with your son, please. You need to have serious words with that young man. Okay, I'm going to try hit this thing with the Scald, maybe. We are faster. Because if we can get that burn off, that'd be grand. Yeah! Okay. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Interesting. Got it confused. They use Havoc for Arceus and Propriety for Scarby. It's weird they are actively swapping engines each game. I guess... I don't know. I've always assumed the teams developing Legends Arceus and the teams developing Scarby were entirely different. Maybe not entirely different. But I've always assumed that they've been different teams, you know? Different, like, dev teams. Because, like, especially, like, seeing, like, not that many features came across from Legends Arceus to Scarby. The main ones that came across were, like, The main ones that came across were like, remembering moves like in the Pokemon screen and being able to like rename them in the screen and stuff. But stuff like choosing when they evolve, and like bits like that's not. Source bug. Okay, that's fine. Fresh is going to show Mianfu how it's done. Not how you raised him, indeed. Fresh is even upstaging him. I think the best thing I can do is probably just, like, go all in. Because of that. That's why I need to go all in. Because that's scary. That is very scary. Yikes! Okay, it's Dragon Tailing. That's the one saving grace, is Dragon Tail forces it to move last. So as long as it uses Dragon Tail, it'll go last. I'm going to do Bloop, because I'm pretty sure it'll have to go for Dragon Tail to take Bloop down. Or not. Or not. Bloop the GOAT! Bloop the GOAT! Holy shit! That's fair. I mean, I would imagine they wouldn't be aligning with multiple licenses. Just to go with one as a standard for the company. I just imagine they wouldn't be aligning with multiple licenses and just go with one as a standard for the company. Plus transferable skills company-wide. That is a good point. That is a good point. Alright. Yeah, I guess we'll see how things go as Z to A starts getting trailers. Alright, the Legend Badge has been got. You'll love to see it. And we got Dragon Tail as well. It's pretty as a thing, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Now then. Here's my thought. We're about to get a Master Ball. I'm gonna try like catch Thundurus in like a Quick Ball maybe. But I think I might just try to throw a Master Ball at it. But that's not gonna be yet. That won't be happening at the moment. Because after this conversation with Juniper, I'm going to do Pokedoku, and then I'm going to end stream. Love a good bit of Pokedoku, I do. Alright. Route 10. Interesting there's like... Well, there's not, actually. I was going to say interesting there's only 10 main routes in the game. But that is untrue, because there's 16... which you can access from the east of Nimbasa, and then there's 17 and 18 down in the south by November. I decided not to go on those to keep the game flowing though. Alright, let's do a heal, let's do a save, and then we'll end our run on this for the day. And the next stream will be the final, and that will be on Sunday, not Saturday. Saturday will be the Venusaur raids. There'll be a Sunday stream. I'd highly recommend stopping by for it because it will be the final. And then next Wednesday, we'll be starting our brand new series. Alright. This has been an eventful stream. We've lost a lot of goats, but didn't actually lose that many goats. I'm lying. We only lost Cobalion and kind of Boldor. Mainfu is still on the team. Felix Jr. is still on the team. And we got a new goat in Seismitoad and Reuniclus. Like Bloop and Mito, those are two absolutely excellent Pokemon for the league, I'm gonna be honest. Alright. Let's... Okay, I forgot that was going to be up. I think I saved. I'm pretty sure I saved. I don't know why I'm worrying about not saving. I don't think I didn't save. I did save, right? Okay. Pokidoku. I don't think anybody news here who would tell me the answers anyway, but don't tell me the answers, please. Did get 5 off the score in today's Doku. Yo! That is very good. I did. Okay, cool. Thank you. Alright, we have Monotype, we have Dual Type, and then we have Final Evolution. I'm gonna go with Gimmighoul. Yeah! Gimmighoul is pure Ghost. I was worried it wouldn't be. 1.7, that seems higher than normal. Gimmighoul tends to get pretty low, but I'm starting to think people are catching on to Gimmighoul's existence. You also got 5 off the lowest score? What the hell? You're both cracked today. Okay, I'm not even going to try to compete. I'm just going to think. I'm just going to use my brain and my head and my brain cells, and I'm going to rub them all together. Rub my brain cells all together into like a ball, and then I'm going to throw it really hard at a wall. Mono Fire type. I'm going to go with Raboot. 2.2. Could be better, but like still pretty low, really unpleasant image, but we trust the process. Alright. And then Mono Ground type. Rabscar isn't. Rabscar's Bug type. I think Trapinch is... I'm pretty sure Trapinch is Mono Ground, but I think Trapinch would be like a pretty like high scoring answer. For sure it's Mr. Bashkin. Shit, of course. How could I forget? Mono Ground type. I don't... Miss, you don't scrounge. I don't think there are any Mono Grounds in Paldea. I think most of the ground types in Paldea are not just one type. Although the main ones I can actually think of are Toadskrull, and oh, wait a second. Toadskrull is a dual type. Yeah, that's right. I've got a memory. Okay. And then I could go with Toadskrull as the final evolution. Or Ursaluna. I'll think about that for later. Mono Ground type is still, like, the present issue. I feel like there aren't as many Mono Grounds as you'd expect. Groudon's a Mono Ground type. Then there's, like, Donphan and Phanpy. There's... Oh... Sandaconda Gmax! 4.4? Feel like I fumbled with that one, I'm gonna be honest. Oh well. Dual Fire type. Base was 2.5. People are starting to catch on with the whole Gmaxes do better, which is making Gmaxes do worse. Dual type Fire, I'm gonna put Armourouge. I've already put Armourouge. I've already put Cerulege as well. I'm just gonna put Armourouge. I feel like Armourouge is gonna do well. The issue is I put Arm and it's put Darmanitan there, and I know Darmanitan would do better, but I feel bad basically using it as... I'm gonna put Armourouge. 1.8. That's alright. That's alright. And then dual Ghost type. Cerulege is a pretty good bet for like dual Ghost, honestly. Like in the grand scheme of things. Other than that, G-Max Gengar could be a good bet. What dual ghost types are there in Paldea? I think Fluttermane would probably get a higher score than you'd expect it to. Other than that, Greavard is a ghost type from Paldea, but I'm unsure. Goldengo is, but I think it would get a pretty good score. My mind keeps on going back to G-Max Gengar, but I'm not sure how actually good that would be. Mimikyu is probably a bit too popular to get low on the ghost type, dual type bit. I'm sure some people do think Mimikyu is like pure ghost, but Oricorio Sensu. 1%! Yo, alright. Other than that Sandaconda fumble, we're doing pretty well, I think. I'm starting to think we're not going to get better than, like, Rob or Felix, considering they are only 5 above the lowest. I feel like I'm already kind of lagging behind them on that front. But, it's not about that. It's about... It's not about that. It's not. It's not. I'm gonna put Ursaluna. 1.5. I feel like people are starting to catch on to Ursaluna. Final Evolution Fire and then Final Evolution Ghost. Issue is I've already put a lot of like hard hitters down, which means I'm lacking them now. You know? Like, I could put Scovillain, but I'm unsure how well Scovillain would actually do. I could put Center Scorch, unsure how well Center Scorch would actually do. It's about the Doki Dokus we made along the way, and also Mr. Basculin. No, I think Basculegion would get a very high score in the Final Evolution category, actually. Also kind of cheaty. I feel like Aegislash would do well, in the grand scheme of things. So I'm not going to put Aegislash. Pokemon like Dusknoir and Banette are technically options, but I'm not sure either of those would do that well. I feel like there have got to be more ghost types than just Chandelure. Yeah, Cofagrigus. And Runagrigus as well. Oh, Runagrigus probably did well in the Final Evolution ground category. I'm going to put Runagrigus here. Oh, it's Runarigus, not Runagrigus. 1.8. Honestly, I'm getting like decently low scores here, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. You know, am I getting the lowest scores? No. But you say Basculegion was higher when it was lowest. Yeah. What do you mean, yeah? What do you mean, yeah? Oh, Basculegion was the lowest? Oh. To be fair, I only thought about Basculegion because you said Mr. Basculin, so I feel like that would have been a bit cheaty anyway. Final Evolution Fire types. Center Scorch. That one guy. Not Colossal. Because it's split into male and female. Why is that one split into male and female when so many other form changes aren't? Like, Pikachu isn't split into male and female. Did the Basculegion male and female forms actually have any, like, impact on gameplay, or did they just look different? Fire types. I'm gonna put Scovillain. 3.3. You guys got 15? I got 18! You know what? I did pretty fucking well! Colossal was the least common here. Cursola was least common here, that makes sense. Gimmighoul was the second least, so I did well there. Oh, Cinderace was the lowest there. I should have put Cinderace. Raboot was, like a whole % higher. Marowak was the lowest here. Sandaconda was pretty shite in comparison. Larvitar was the lowest here. Toedscool was pretty low. Wormadam was the lowest here. Ursaluna was only a couple of % higher. Houndoom was the lowest here. I think I put a Pokemon who got 3.3, yes. Different stats. Sorry, but you should know Mr. Basculin is always from Unova. It got good when it was Uswain. Oh no, exactly. But Basculin still, in my head, is like evolves into Basculegion. One is more special, one is more physical. Huh, did not know that. Oh, Gourgeist as well. I should have thought of Gourgeist. Oh well. Shedinja was really low though. Interesting. Anyway, I did alright there. You know, no, I did good there. I think I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one, even if I don't entirely deserve it, because it does seem like that was just a very like good pick for like a lot of low scoring categories. Anyway, thank you all for coming all the same. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I've been thoroughly enjoying this challenge, but it looks like it's over tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next stream. Which will be on Sunday. There'll be no stream on Friday because I'm going to see Dune 2 with... I'm going to see Dune 2, which is going to be very hype. But do keep an eye out for Saturday for the next stream. And do keep an eye out on Friday for the new short as well, because that'll be a weird Pokedex entries. I'd highly recommend watching today's short, which was the triple segment of Dunsparce reaction, and I'd also recommend watching yesterday's video, which was a reaction to the Pokemon Presents, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But yeah, I hope you've all had a great time. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Saturday. Goodbye and good night.